Hi there everyone, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video for Fire Emblem Heroes. Feh Channel just dropped December 4th, 2022. So I'm expecting a CG trailer, I'm expecting the reveal of the next set of new heroes to get dropped into the game, including, I guess, the potential new sort of liaison for Book VI. Traditionally, we do get a new character introduced to us, as well as get that character for free by playing through the story. So I'm expecting that, in addition to all of the other kind of quality of life updates or other changes that might be coming in. So let's go ahead and get started. It's a doozy, it's 15 minutes here. So there's a lot to cover. And, flap, 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 flap. Oh! Feh looks a little... Is it just me, or does she look a little, Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, she looked a little fluffier than usual. Her winter feathers have come in. Okay. I was like, is that my imagination? Mm-hmm. Feh Channel! Okay, update, light and dark, and then there's that emblem over there. Oh, we're starting with the emblem. Alright. What? Is this gonna be like a time control world or something? Interesting. Lots of bubbles. Ooh! Very beautiful. I love sort of like the pearlescent, almost like ethereal quality of the lighting. The new character looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. She's just floating there. I love the multicolored hair. Okay, interesting. Oh, and then some like corruption. It looks like gold. It's staining her hair as well. Oh. There's Alphonse. Alright. Coming together as a pair. And then she's like freezing time. That's so cool. Okay. So she's gonna have some time control. Hello. If that's the big bad, sign me up. So is she gonna be able to just like counter straight up? Yeah, she's just gonna... She rewinds time and just... Oh, wow. And she turned him to, like, dust. Oh. And we fade. Oh my god, we got Thanos snapped. What's... Huh. The snake aesthetic is really cool as well. Huh. I'm intrigued, for sure. Really beautiful, beautiful CG movie.
Oh my! Judging from that video, it looks
yeah.
like Alphonse and the Astrans have a new ally at their sides.
Okay.
Her name is Seidr.
Seidr.
And she is a goddess of Valheim, the realm of light.
The realm of light, okay.
Save the world from a terrifying sorceress.
From the realm of dark?
The person to her right is... Heidr.
Heidr.
Their names match, don't they?
Yeah, Seidr and Heidr. Easy to remember, I suppose. So the art kind of looks like it's from Yoshiku. I don't know if Yoshiku is taking the helm of this particular book, but I'm a big fan of their work, so I would be very pleased with it. That decision. Okay. These golden snakes. Gullveig. Right. Time round back. So she can control time. Huh. Oh, this splash art is beautiful. The characters are gorgeous. The aesthetic is really amazing. The colors are phenomenal. Yeah, that's some gorgeous concept art. Book 7 begins Book 6. Oh yeah, Book 6 begins December 6th. Oh yeah, you could skip right to Book 7. Okay. Clearing Chapter 13. Lay it on us, Feh. Seidr will join us for free. Excellent. Her art's fantastic. Oh, this is cool. Huh. Are they gonna go like Memento style and like dance all around the timeline? Oh. Oh, really? That sounds really strong. Sounds really strong. She's on like a My Little Pony goat thing. Like, it's like all like rainbows and pearlescent colors. Alright, so she's a cavalry unit. We're gonna get her for free. Nice celebration stuff. Okay. I mean, I'm liking the look of the new world as well as the new characters. So immediately from a visual design standpoint, it is compelling. Celebratory requests, only 3 orbs again. I don't know why they do this. I feel like it would just go a long way if they increase the orbs just for these celebrations. Ether raid quests, but lots of other good stuff that we're getting nonetheless. Oh, okay. Got the Ether raid structures, very nice. And a new castle design. Is it gonna have a lot of bubbles and stuff? Oh, it's very sleek and clean looking. Yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, so the story, yeah, I'm actually very intrigued. Like, I'm wondering if it's gonna dance around the timeline because obviously Gullveig, whatever her name is, the big bad controls time, so I wonder if it's just gonna like sort of dance around and mysteriously. Oh, nice! Okay, we got a little preview of the castle right here. It's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the banner? Is this gonna be the banner? Oh! Hey! We're rounding out Fates! Okay! Yes. She looks a lot younger here, I guess. Caeldori. I mean, I guess it is kind of a... I guess that would make sense. So here's Caeldori. I think Cordelia fans are going to be pretty happy about this. She's kind of a know-it-all. Yeah, I think it's cute. It's cute. Yeah, your dad's alright, I guess. Kiragi, upbeat archer. Okay, so we're getting some Fates kids, which is, I know people have been waiting for a long time. He's got Kiragi, let's see, Unbound Bow Plus.
Don't rest so you can work hard. Work hard so you can rest.
Words to live by, that's for sure.
Dwyer.
Alright.
Jacob's son, and he has a reputation for finding just about everything to be a
Is he gonna be a cleric?
His father ensures that he's a
Yeah, he is a cleric, okay.
martial artist.
Aid Plus.
Those skills to bear and his precisely refined, perfectly
I mean, he looks appropriately gloomy. The art's pretty good for this banner so far.
I'm Hans, War's newest captain. Who wants an axe to the neck?
Alright, so we are going to be getting Hans, Ambitious Brute.
That's right, he's
Definitely appropriate, I think, to get Ipe to do the art for Hans here. And I'll break your face. Does he have a unique weapon? I'm not sure. Okay. And... Wait. Oh! Is this... Oh, it's Rearmed Ophelia. I was like, is this going to be Rearmed or is it going to be Ascended? Rearmed Ophelia. That's an odd pick. That's like an unusual pick. I feel like... I mean, it fits thematically with the rest of the units. It just kind of feels like out of nowhere as far as like a Rearmed pick. Okay. Oh, hey! That's a lot of value. That's a lot of value. Okay, Kiragi is just going to be a quest. Nice. Okay, Kiragi is just going to be a quest get, and then Grand Hero Battle. Okay, okay. Banner is looking pretty strong. I wonder if the trailer's going to drop right after the Feh Channel. I would think so, because we got maintenance right after this. Okay, so update information, which is scheduled for today, basically. Oh, okay. Okay, so they're just adding more items. That's nice. It's been like forever since they've added items to these, so...
You'll also soon be able to harvest potatoes and mushrooms
Hey!
from the fields.
I love me some potatoes and mushrooms. That's perfect.
New ingredients,
New recipes.
will be added to the dining hall.
Excellent.
Give these new
I
dishes
think
a
that's
shot
fun.
by tossing
I
in
do.
some
I think these are fun. I know a lot of people like just are like, what's the point? I love
Don't
them.
forget to check the accessory
Uh,
shop. Many more
let's see.
accessories will be added, like 8-bit
Now the accessory shop.
the order
Ah,
of
it's just-
explosives.
Okay, so now we're gonna get more information on this
The new
game mode.
Heidr.
Okay.
Certain
Oh.
conditions apply, of course.
Oh.
You can
Really?
obtain an otherworld bond by buying an otherworld bond.
Oh, so they're gonna be paid only.
And give it a try.
Ah, people aren't gonna be too happy about that.
Who should I pick?
People are not gonna be happy about that at all.
He's a fine hero.
So there's the only way to get these items is through.
It's nice to know somebody already thought hard
So you
about
just
what
get-
skills to select for this
You just
one.
get somebody else's unit
Wait to see how they do in battle.
as a forma?
During each Binding Worlds event,
You can only choose one forma. Okay.
when they join your barracks, they will be 5-star
5-star level 40. Come with. Okay,
They
gotcha.
come with their traits, but any ascended traits or merges
Traits.
the original
Okay.
had will be reset.
Merges will be reset. Dragonflowers will be the highest
Bonus
bonus possible at that
to
point.
their stats.
Oh,
Splendid
really?
outfits will change depending on whether
You have
or not
obtained them.
obtained
Okay,
them
gotcha.
at
That
your
makes
setting.
sense too.
Blessing
Blessing Sacred Seals will not be equipped. Gotcha,
You can
gotcha.
only make heroes who appeared between version 1
Uh,
and version 4.11 your allies.
4.11.
Hey.
How? That's a while back, huh? That's like a while. Oh man. I don't know. Current cap 150 to 200. Okay, well, that's fine. I suppose that's good.
Finally, the arena.
What are you gonna do about arena?
Like the Aether Raids Chaos season,
Uh-huh.
there will be seasons where, at regular intervals, heroes
Oh.
from specific versions of the game will be bonus heroes.
Oh, I think that's
The
good.
first season like this will begin at 11 p.m. Pacific time on December 5th.
I see. So at like regular intervals, it
I'll
says.
add some bonus heroes to my team
Huh.
and see how I do.
I mean, I'm all for that because I think that grants more flexibility to your team composition and what units you can use.
Then,
Okay, 5 chain reward. Oh, summon tickets?
ticket for a summoning event where only 4-star special raid heroes appear.
Oh.
Alright then, I guess I'll go ahead and
So there's like going to be a new persistent banner for 4-star special units where you can use these tickets. But you're not guaranteed a 4-star special, right? They're just available. I would think. Right? I'm guessing. That's Larce, right?
I was able to
Um,
summon a 4-star special raid hero.
Okay, so yeah,
It
it's
seems if you win 5
I wonder what the
times in a row
rates
in
are.
Arena, you can earn one of these tickets.
5 times in a row in a... Oh, that's super easy. Yeah. So everybody's going to be able to do that, like, very easily.
These rewards will be available during all seasons, starting
So
with
y-
the one that begins
So
on
every single
December
season, so every week you'll get a summon ticket that you can use on this banner, which presumably you can also use orbs on, but I don't know why you would.
That's it for today.
I'm really curious what the rates are going to be on that banner, though.
Upon us.
Okay, so that's...
We just resolved a conflict
That's
between
everything.
gods. But thanks to this sorceress who can control time,
Right.
there's another
That's got me
crisis
thinking.
around the corner. Take off.
Hey. And there she goes. Okay. All right, so let's kind of go through this. I mean, the CG movie I think was awesome. The character designs are absolutely beautiful. I think the art is going to be spectacular for this book. Getting this new unit, I'm super excited to see what she's all about and learn more about the character. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, as well as her sister, and I'm very, very pleased, I think, with the overall aesthetic design, and I'm very intrigued about how the time component is going to play into this. I'm sure it's not going to be... I want to measure my expectations, but I think it's an interesting take and an interesting way that they can make I guess the introduction of new chapters a little bit more compelling if it's going to kind of dance around the timeline. Now, in terms of like the celebration, I mean, it's pretty standard fare stuff. I mean, you get a whole bunch of goodies, not a ton of orbs, but some orbs. That's always like the first thing I look at is the number of orbs we get, and it's always less than I think we should get. Like, why couldn't they give us 7 orbs? If everything else is going to be 7, then why can't they just give us 7 orbs? Like, I don't really get that. But yeah, so we're getting a whole bunch of other stuff, which is nice. I'm glad to get the other stuff in here. Aether Raid or Aether resort, or no, it is Aether Raid furniture is going to be pretty nice to get. The new castle design is good. So the new banner is very, very interesting. Again, people have been asking for the Fates kids for a while. Getting Kiragi, Dwyer, and Caeldori is very, very nice. And then, of course, there is the Grand Hero Battle featuring Hans, so that's to be expected. I would have expected him to have been a Grand Hero Battle unit. Ophelia, I was not expecting whatsoever, so Ophelia is going to be the rearmed hero, and she is going to be a red mage, which means that she is going to have an inheritable red tome. For red tome units, they are going to be able to inherit that weapon, potentially, if you do decide to summon for her. A banner itself is going to feature the new... Our new friend here in Book VII, as well as Ophelia, and then you've got Dwyer looking very gloomy in the back, who, if I had to guess, is going to be the 4-star special unit of the banner, and then Caeldori as well. So this banner is going to start on the 6th. I would be surprised if the new trailer is not out already for these units. So we will check after we do this quick synopsis. To see if if the trailer is out, so we can take a closer look. So this is nice stuff, I think, as far as the Aether Resort is concerned. I like the Aether Resort. I like playing around with it. For Binding World, so the whole Otherworld bond item that they've introduced, I don't love that. I mean, I think they're going to get a lot of flack for it, because the only way you can obtain this item is through these packs, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only way you're going to be able to get them. So if that's the case, that effectively means that if you want one, you have to get this pack. It's not even like tied into the Feh Pass or anything, and who knows how much the actual Otherworld Bond pack is. It looks like it comes with orbs too, because Feh has a little orb on top of her head. So, and you can only use it once per Binding World, and it's only for the bind. I mean, they could expand the use of them, but it effectively means. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll give us Otherworld bonds like intermittently over the course of time, just like as freebies here and there, similar to how they do with, for you to obtain the other formas. They don't do it often, but they'll give the items so you can actually acquire formas as a free to play as well, if you as celebration drops and gifts and things like that. So maybe they'll do that, but at least for the time being, it sounds like the only way that you can get Otherworld bonds is through actually buying the pack, which I think is going to be ill-received. So there are a whole host of limitations to it, but probably the most prominent one being that it only includes heroes up to Book 4, or up to and including Book 4. So any units that were introduced up to and including Book 4 can be acquired through this Otherworld bond, which, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you really wanted that particular unit, you could get them through here, but I feel like it's not terribly necessary. I don't know how successful this is going to be honest with you. I'd be very curious to hear what people think out there. So please let me know in the comments below what you think about these Otherworld bonds, especially if you use formas. I personally don't use formas at all. I just kind of hoard the material to actually get formas, but I usually don't grab them because I'm just kind of neurotic. I just don't like the fact that they have blue stars. I just don't like. I would rather just grab my own units rather than kind of go through the forma process personally, because it's just something in the back of my mind. But I'm curious to hear what people that actually use formas think about this. Even outside, I guess first and foremost, with respect to the fact that it's, technically a paid item, but even that notwithstanding, let's say that they gave one away for Christmas. Let's say that for Christmas, for the holiday season, they gave us an Otherworld bond. What are your thoughts on this? Are you that excited about being able to grab one of your allies' built units? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm very undecided on how I feel about this. The arena change is very interesting. I'm not sure where this came from, but it's just kind of out of left field here. But they change the bonus, the season bonuses every now and again to include a release version. I think that's a great change. I think giving us more options for bonus heroes is a very, very positive thing. And then this 5-chain reward is very, very interesting as well. I don't remember what it replaces as the fifth day or fifth fight reward, because it's replacing something here, I guess. So I don't remember what that is, but it's replacing something, and you get a free summon on this banner over here. And you get a free summon on this banner here, Arena Reward 1. So it says free summon specifically at the top. So I'm guessing like you just can't use orbs on it, even if you wanted to use orbs on it, which is not recommended. But yeah, get a 5-win arena streak to summon. I'm very curious what the rates are going to be for 4-star special units. I'm going to assume the rates are pretty good since you can only summon once per season, but I mean, it's a freebie, right? And either way, it's a free summon, so that's nice. I think that's a pretty good... I mean, in the 4-star special pool are some really great units, as well as some really great fodder. So I think that this is definitely going to help out in just like building out your roster and building out your ability to have skill fodder available for your other units. So yeah, I do not see a trailer out right now for the new heroes. Frankly, it could drop in like 15 minutes too. They've done that, I think, in the past. So if they do, then yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at the units as well. Alright, so the new trailer did drop. Book 7 begins, Seidr and more. So we're going to take a look at this. We'll jump right into it. May as well, right? Do a twofer. And see what the units are all about. Okay, we're starting off with the rearmed hero. So this is, of course, the Ophelia. And she's got like that eye patch. Really interesting. Starlit Maiden. I mean, you know she's going to have some awesome lines as well. Alright, so let's take a let's actually pause through. We may as well. So we know who the characters are at this point. There's no surprise there, but the unit skills are the surprise. So Arcane Eclipse is going to be a 14 might red tome, has a killer slaying effect, which seems to be consistent with the arcane weapons. At start of turn 1, grant special cooldown count -1, very fitting for Ophelia. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants +5 to all stats, makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and neutralizes penalties to units attacked during combat. Okay, so that really does fall in line with what Ophelia's goal has always been, which is essentially to be like an insta-charge nuke. In this case, she doesn't have an AoE special, but she certainly could rock one with the Special Spiral capability. So she has Special Spiral 4, so she has a new version of Special Spiral. I just noticed that. Luna for the special, attack res finish 4, that's certainly going to be very useful for her. So she doesn't need the speed, the res is going to be helpful for her in being able to tank as well as do more damage. That's all going to be very, very nice for her, and it's also going to allow her to do fixed damage or true damage. And the fact that she enjoys the special cooldown charge and everything allows her to proc the special and get some additional true damage from the finish 4. So Special Spiral 4 here for the B slot. Deals +5 damage when special triggers, okay? If special triggers, neutralizes damage by X% effects from non-special skills. If special triggers before or during combat, grant special cooldown count -2 after combat. Really? That's really good. So it has a fixed damage component or a true damage component. It actually neutralizes damage reduction, and it has the regular Special Spiral effect. That's a really good B-slot skill. I hate that it's locked to infantry. It's really annoying because I could definitely see some uses for this on some other characters, but that's going to be very strong. Having the ability to just neutralize damage reduction built into the B slot is just going to be useful for sure. Times Pulse 3 for the C slot. So at start of turn, if special cooldown count is at its max value, grant special cooldown count -1. So naturally, she does have a 3-turn cooldown with Luna. Arcane Eclipse is going to bring it down to a 2-turn cooldown. Then she is, of course, going to enjoy a -1 on Times Pulse 3. So it's at a 1-turn cooldown. And then at that point, at start of turn 1, she's going to get another special cooldown count -1. So that she's going to have an insta-charge Luna, I guess, is essentially what I'm getting at. And when she procs that Luna, Special Spiral 4 will ensure that she is going to have Luna charged for the following action that she takes. All in all, solid. I mean, it's what Ophelia is famous for at this point, right? I mean, she kind of built that whole archetype of unit in the only difference, of course, being is that she's not going to be an AoE. She's going to have the Luna. But yeah, Ophelia is going to do what she does best, which is have an insta-charge special, proc it, and then also double. She's going to have awesome quotes, by the way. Oh, that's such a cool animation effect. The meteors coming down, the blood red moon, that is really cool. Undeniably. New heroes join the battle. I love the aesthetic, the little bubble pearly aesthetic in the back as well. Almost dreamlike. Perfect Angel. It's a very self-serving title. So that is going to be Caeldori. As a Flying Lancer, I I don't think anybody's really surprised by her fitting that archetype. So she is going to have Prodigy Polearm, which is her own unique lance, has a killer slaying effect, and at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, gets +5 to all stats. Neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks, an effect that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. Also reduces foes' attack and defense during combat by X% of units' speed at start of combat. X equals 5 times number of units, max HP, and attack speed defense res stats that are no more than 5 higher than foes' corresponding stats at start of combat plus 10. What? Why did they have to make this so complicated? Okay, let's take a closer look at that calculation. It's like, I heard you like calculations, so we put calculations inside of your calculations, inside of your calculations. So she reduces the foe's attack and defense by 1% of her speed, right? So she's going to have high speed, we already know that, and by X% is where the debuff is going to come into play. That percent is actually, of the speed, is what the foe is going to get reduced of attack and defense, if I said that right, which I'm not sure I did. So X equals 5 times the number of units max skills, max stats, all of them, including HP, that are no more than 5 higher than foes' corresponding stats at start of combat, plus 10. So at a bare minimum, you get 10%. So I think that's an important distinction, because the rest of it is very convoluted. So 10% of her speed, which, assuming it's like, 50, 55, 60, whatever it is, it's going to be 10% of that. So 10% of that would be like 5 or 6, right? 5 or 6. So you would reduce the foe's attack and defense by 5. Would be that calculation. In addition to the 10, it's 5 times the number of units stats that are no more than 5 higher than corresponding stats of the opponent at start of combat. I hate that. I hate that calculation. It seems completely meaningless. I mean, the idea is that the closer that she is to her opponent in terms of stat line, the more buffs she gets, which is really odd to me. So as long as she's not no more than 5 higher than her foe's stat in a particular any one of those stats, including HP, then she gets an extra 5 to that percent of her speed that will get the attack and defense debuffed on the enemy. Again, super convoluted. I'm sure that they did some calculation in order to balance this, and that's why they made it as convoluted as it is. But I'm not a huge fan of that calculation in there. I mean, at the very least, I think the 10% of unit speed at start of combat, that's solid. That's very good. Draconic Aura for the special, attack speed catch 4 for the A slot, which is very, very good. Attack speed hold for the C slot, that's also very, very good. So she's got some great skills going for her, and her weapon, irrespective of that sort of mess that's at the bottom there, even at a base level of just 10%, is still solid. There's a lot of good stuff in there, allowing her to follow up, to double, and preventing the opponent from doubling. All really solid stuff. So there she goes. Very, very nice. And then here is what I presume will be the 4-star unit, focus unit of the banner. Sleepy Butler Dwyer, who is going to be an infantry cleric. Okay. And then so he is going to have Aid Plus as his weapon. It's a new staff. At start of turn, restores 10 HP to ally that has been dealt the most damage. Excludes unit. Okay. Alright. I don't think you're going to see a lot of use for this. Inheritable staves in general, unless their specific utility, are not going to be terribly useful. I mean, I guess if you're running a certain composition in Ether Raids or something where you have a singular tank, this having somebody with Aid Plus just anywhere on the map would make sure that you're kind of double healing them. Martyr Plus for the assist, Heavenly Light for the special. Attack, Ether Raids, Defense, Attack Res 3, and Speed Tactic 3 for the C slot. Yeah, all in all, not very impressive. Honestly, a pretty, even by the standards of a cleric, not a terribly exciting set of skills. Honestly, there's nothing in here that interests me at all, because I don't care about the Ether Raid defense. I have issues with the Ether Raid A slot skills. I've gone on tirades before about how I think they're poorly designed, but that notwithstanding, I don't know. I mean, at least if he's going to be a 4-star focus unit, he's going to be pretty easy to get. And Aid Plus can be useful. In fact, you could probably stack the Aid Plus. I mean, I wouldn't, for the memes, you could have like a team with a bunch of Aid Plus, and then like, I don't know, they would all heal the one unit that's tanking at the start of a turn, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be particularly useful. And, oh, we're going to get a little CG scene here for her. A little introduction. That's nice. She's a new mythic hero, joins the battle. Goddess of Hope. And she is drawn by Yoshiku, so I guess that was pretty evident from kind of the splash art and the CG and everything else, but just absolutely beautiful design. Love the flowing scarf behind her, and it has this like almost magical waterfall look to her. She's actually positively glowing. She's got those crystals floating up around her. The form-fitting bodysuit is very, very flattering. With the poofy genie pants, which I think is quite cute actually, because it does have the thigh and hip cutouts, which are highly appreciated. Those thighs and hips do not lie. But yeah, I think her design is beautiful. I'm super psyched to get a free copy of her, and her skill sounds busted in terms of locking the enemy from doing an action. So, alright, so Seidr, so she has a weapon that's named after herself. Okay, we've seen that before. We've seen that before many, many times in the different books. So, 14 Might has a killer slaying effect. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants the following effect to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So, she just grants freely sweep to her allies, is what this is saying. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed, defense res +5 to unit during combat. I mean, that's really, really good, and there's no condition to it, really, pretty much at all. I mean, just granting a sweep effect is so strong. It's so strong. And just being within two spaces of an ally grants that. That is so powerful. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants +5 to all stats to unit during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and unit deals damage equal to 20% of unit's res. So she gets a little iceberg effect in there as well, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat. Oh, right, so she gets that in addition to AoE specials as well. She has an iceberg for the special to just emphatically drive in the fact that she is going to be a high-res unit. I mean, that's busted. I mean, that's a really, really strong effect. I feel a little miffed because she came out like right after Ninja Camilla comes out, whose whole point is like enemy phasing and vantaging, which is, I mean, that's neither here nor there. I'm not complaining or anything. There's always counters to everything in the game, as there should be. There's no one singular unit that should just be able to do whatever they want. So, I mean, that's totally fine. But I guess, I don't know. It seems very strong. It does seem very, very strong. I would not be terribly surprised if we get a debuff to cancel the effects of this in the future. Probably in the relative near future, maybe even at the midpoint of the book, because it does seem like such a powerful effect. Still Water 4 for the A slot, naturally going to be useful for her because res is going to be a huge sticking point for her, as well as attack. Chill attack res 3. Start of turn inflicts attack res -6 on foe on the enemy team with the highest attack and res total, and foes within 2 spaces of that foe through their next actions. That is definitely a big improvement to the chill skills. Future focused for the C slot. On odd number turns after foe's start of turn skills trigger, for the closest foes in cardinal directions of unit, if unit's res is greater than or equal to foe's res plus X, X equals distance from foe unit to foe times 3, that foe's action ends immediately. Alright, so that is interesting. So, I may be wrong on this, and I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments below if I am, but to date, I don't think we've had any skills that have activated on the enemy's turn. Maybe there's something, but I don't recall any. And future focused, that seems like that's exactly what it does. So on odd number turns, after foe's start of turn skills triggers. So that would mean that when their turn activates, right, their turn starts, you're in enemy phase, then the enemy's team's like start of turn skills will activate, and then future focused will actually activate. So that's actually really fascinating because, again, I don't think we've had that before. Closest foes in cardinal directions of unit. If unit's res is greater than or equal to foe's res plus X. So X is the distance, the number of spaces that she is from the opponent, times 3. So that can be pretty significant, obviously. I think, what's the total tiles of a standard map? I don't know, but it's whatever that is, times 3. So let's just say let's say she's like 5 tiles away from the enemy. That would be 15. So her res would have to be greater than or equal to her opponent's res plus 15. Which is that's a pretty tall order. Although, she has a lot of res, built in, and she's probably going to have pretty sizable res as well, based upon, what we know about her skills and how they synergize. So yeah, Future Focus has the chance to be really, really strong. Seidr alone, her weapon alone is such an incredible utility. The saving grace being that everybody gets her, so everybody has access to her. So everybody has access to this broken ability to get sweep on all of their weapons and potentially just shut down one of the units on the enemy team at a given point. So really, really strong effects. Really strong effects. Her art is absolutely beautiful, like I said, and all these rainbows coming down. It's raining rainbows. New story chapter time, which, as we know, let's see, anything? Oh, we know the Grand Hero battle, of course. Okay. So as we knew, Dwyer is going to be the 4-star focus unit of the banner. It is a new hero banner, so you do have the ability to spark on this, whether or not you have a Feh pass. And of course, Rearmed Ophelia, you are going to be able to inherit her abilities and still keep Ophelia as a unit, as is the standard 4 and arcane rearmed units. So, interesting. Starting on the 6th of December, and presumably going for essentially an entire month, are these units, and they're packing. They're really quite strong. Dwyer obviously is not only lackluster, has one of the most forgettable kits I've seen in recent memory. But Caeldori, I think, is strong, but she's not a banner seller. The weapon that she has is good. I don't love how absolutely obtusely convoluted the second portion of her weapon is, but she's got really good stuff and really good skills too. Rearmed Ophelia does what Ophelia does best, which is proccing specials over and over and shouting to the heavens in whatever flamboyant means that she wishes to. And Seidr, her skills are so good and so unique. She brings so much unique utility to any team that she effectively makes pretty much every team better. So I think that she's just so strong. Really, really impressed with her kit and what it does. Yeah, quite potent for and a guaranteed free mythic hero at that, and absolutely gorgeous. So certainly can't complain about that either. So yeah, that was really long-winded. I'm sure this video is going to be way too long, and I'm sure very few people stuck around to the end here to watch this all the way through. But if you did, thank you. I appreciate you. But let me know in the comments below if you are excited, what you're excited for from the Feh Channel, for one thing. About Book VII for another thing. If you're excited for this banner, who you're going to be summoning for, let me know in the comments below. For me personally, I don't really know if I'm going to go in hard on this banner. Ophelia's tome seems really good, but the main reason why I would be getting a rearmed hero is to slap those weapons onto my Camilla emblem. And her weapon is really good, but it doesn't necessarily fit the archetype of Adrift Camilla, so I don't really feel like I need to necessarily get it. Although it would be useful to have, and Ophelia does look great as well. I like Ophelia. I think she's very charming in her personality. So I wouldn't mind getting her, but I don't know if I'm really going to go in that hard. If we didn't get Seidr for free, then yes, I would absolutely go to the Spark for Seidr. But since we are getting her for free, I don't really know if I would go in for more copies. But hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching, for taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.